So lately I've been getting a lot of comments about my outside appearance. I get it, okay? I think there's a huge problem with us judging the outside of people instead of what's on the inside. And I understand. I do it myself. I think it's human nature to size someone or something up and create a judgment. It keeps us safe, right? It protects us from going into the wrong situation, the way that could hurt us or potentially do something negative. But I think this really needs to be talked about, because just because a girl's hot doesn't mean she can't talk about spirituality. And I understand that sometimes when men are being stimulated by an attractive woman, it's hard to hear what she's saying. It's hard to fathom how a hot girl can be spiritual, how a hot girl can talk about God, how a hot girl can have intelligence. I understand this. But these lines need to be demolished. We need to come to a place where we don't focus so much on the outside. We listen into what's happening on the inside. And I need to rant about this topic for a bit, because it's something that has really affected me my whole life. People judging me on my outside appearance, people thinking I'm a bitch because I look a certain way, or I don't smile enough, so they think I don't want to talk to them. I must be a bitch. I must think I'm too good for people. And a gentleman that I've become very good friends with told me that he didn't talk to me like friendly for a while because he thought I had this "I'm too good for you" attitude with like my nose up in the air. And I didn't get upset with him. I understood that. Like, it makes sense. Most attractive women aren't friendly. Most attractive women think they're too good for things. So we stereotype and we judge a pretty girl and think there's no way she can be nice. There's no way she can be kind. She must be self-centered. She must be a diva. But my friends, I'm telling you, like, that's so far from the truth. Granted, some people maybe do meet their insides with their outsides, but I think we are really limiting ourselves by doing this and having this belief system. I try to focus more on what people are saying and the actions they're doing, as opposed to looking at their outside appearance, right? Somebody could be a goth person, but like helping the homeless or doing kind things in their community. Like, we can't judge someone just because they look like they might be one way. I get all the time, you don't look like you're a drug addict. Well, I was a functioning drug addict for a very long time. Granted, it's been over 3 years now, and I've done a lot of work on myself and grown a lot. But I still get bothered by this belief and the comments I've been getting on some of my videos that, I shouldn't be talking about God. Like, why not? I think we all have a birthright to talk about God. We were all brought here by a power greater than us. Let's talk about it. No matter what we look like, let's talk about the source, the energy, God. Why are we here? And whether you're ugly or attractive, you should be talking about God. I think a lot of times people get confused. Like, men see a hot girl and they're like, I should just get turned on by her. She shouldn't be preaching knowledge and make me think about something I'm doing in my life. That contradicts each other. But why? Like, why does a hot, attractive woman only good for one thing? I know in the 90s, when like fashion modeling became really big and stuff, women were just silent, right? Models just pose and they're quiet. But today we live in a world where models can make an Instagram or a YouTube page and preach knowledge if they want. I'm not a model, but I choose to preach God's word. I choose to preach my testimony, my life experience. I choose to talk about these things because I had a really hard life, guys, and I want to help other people through the pain that I went through. I want to help you grow through what you go through, because you deserve it. It's your right to live your best life, no matter what you look like, no matter how much money you have, no matter where you live. You get to live a good life. And I believe in that. I really do. I don't think the outside has anything to do with the inside. And if anything, guys, I think I've gotten more attractive since I welcomed God into my life and I started living spiritual principles. And I started working a 12-step program that taught me how to live these principles. For those of you that don't know, I'm in recovery, and a big part of my life is becoming a better version of myself every day. And that takes work. And I get judged in meetings. I get judged a lot. You know, I don't know if that will ever stop, but I'm making this video because I needed to rant for a minute that hot girls have brains too. They do. And if it bothers you to listen to a hot girl talk about God, then keep scrolling. There's videos of plenty of hot girls on YouTube not talking. So if that's what you want, okay. But I do believe that I have a core group of people out there that feel the same way I do, that look a certain way, but still want to talk a certain way or live their life a certain way. And it's because of the trials and tribulations I went through in my life that I'm living this God-centered life today. But it really bothers me that people think hot girls can't talk about God. You know, like, why can't a pretty blonde talk about God or talk about bettering themselves? You know, I had a really hard life. Check my other YouTube videos. Listen to my story and my testimony. I have had a hard life, but it's built me. And it's turned me into the woman in front of you today. So I want to know what you guys think about this topic. You know, why can't hot girls speak knowledge? Why can't hot girls be intelligent? You know, why do hot girls get demeaned in the workplace? I think it's ego. I think a lot of times we think we're the only person on the planet. I know I did for a really long time. I thought I was the only person that mattered. So I lived this selfish existence. But today I'm kind to others. I'm of service because I know by being of service, that's what gets me the biggest high and rush in life. It really does. But I'm not going to stop talking about this stuff. You know, and if it bothers you that I look a certain way and I'm talking this, maybe you should keep watching these videos and try to understand what is it that's really bothering you about an attractive girl talking about God, talking about intelligence. Sometimes we don't want to hear what people are saying, so we're going to judge and ridicule the messenger. But think about it. Whether it comes from a man, a woman, a hot girl, a dork, it's the message, not the messenger, that you should be focusing on.